Where did Instagram go? Here we go. Hey everyone. Okay, first of all, yes, I'm alive. Yay! I know, shocking, dramatic, unexpected. Somebody learned depressed, right? For anyone who's been wondering, where did Melissa go to? Surprise! I moved to Reno, disappeared for a little bit, unpacked half my life, ignored probably too many messages, and then casually built an entire new chapter of my life while nobody was watching, which honestly is a very on brand for me. Now, I don't know how to do quiet little update. I don't do small life changes, and apparently I do move states, build a computer program, release music, write books, sponsor events, and then randomly go live on Facebook like everything's normal. So, welcome to my little Facebook Live. It may just be me talking to my computer. That is perfectly fine. My computer and I have a very deep relationship at this point. It has heard me laugh, cry, yell, threaten to throw it out the window, apologize to it, and then ask it to please work because we have things to build. Not even joking. So honestly, if no one shows up, the computer will understand the assignment perfectly. And before anyone asks, no, we are not making fun of James Hickey today. He might be watching, I don't know. I know, but it's so fun to always make fun of him. If you're in San Diego, you would understand that. It is tempting and it's one of my small life joys, but James is safe today. Maybe. I don't know. I'll try to behave. Kind of. Maybe. That said, so here's the thing. I disappeared for a little while, but I was not resting. I was not sitting somewhere peacefully, drinking tea, staring out the window, and contemplating my life choice. No, that does not happen. I was in the what if I build a cybersecurity company, release music, write a trilogy, move to Reno, and somehow still let James Hickey drag me back to San Diego? Like, that makes perfect sense. It's very calm, very normal, extremely balanced behavior. I know. I've been doing, 20 things at the same time because apparently relaxing is not one of my spiritual gifts. I know some people take a break. I accidentally created a product ecosystem. Some people journal. I build a computer program. Some people say, I should slow down. Maybe. But I say, you know what would be fun? 3 books, multiple albums, a live product, public speaking, and sponsoring an expo. And then I wonder why I'm tired. But honestly, I'm so excited. Because the first time in a long time, all the pieces of my life are starting to connect. The writing, the music, the business, the cybersecurity, the speaking, the events, the story, the survival, the reinvention, all of it is starting to make sense. It's wonderful. And that's why I wanted to come here today. Not with a perfect speech, because those don't exist. Not with a corporate presentation, because those are boring. Not with the scary cybersecurity statistics. Oh my God, we have an entire form in Vegas that does that. So it's just me talking to my computer, maybe talking to you. We'll see. And saying, surprise, I'm back. Yeah, I have to breathe a little bit. It's a little hot today. Okay, so first major update, ADAS. My security program went live just a few weeks ago. Yes, live, it works. I know, nobody was paying attention. It's okay, I forgive you. You weren't ready. Honestly, I don't even think I was fully ready. And I built the thing. But ADAS is real. It is live. and it exists. So I am so proud of it because I built it for a reason. So let me say this very clearly. I do not like scaring people. That's not me. I know cybersecurity can sound scary. The second people hear words like hacker scams, identity theft, phishing fraud, AI scams, exposed data, breach, malware, ransomware, they start mentally checking out or quietly panicking. And that is not what I want. I do not want to build ADAS to scare people. I built ADAS because I don't think people should have to be scared. There is a difference. I don't believe in fear-based cybersecurity. I don't want people sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, everything is terrible. The internet is evil. I need to throw my phone out into the ocean and live in a cabin. Although, honestly, some days a cabin sounds very peaceful. But no, that is not the point. I don't think. The point is the world changed. And we live online now. Your phone is not just your phone. Your email is not just your email. Your social media is not just for entertainment. Your business tools are not just tools. Your banking, your payroll, your invoices, your passwords, your contacts, your client files, vendor portals, cloud storage, your social media accounts, they all connect. And when everything connects, everything matters. That does not mean you need to panic. That means you need a better system. That is what ADAS is about. It is not about making people afraid. It is about helping people understand, organize, protect, and move smarter. And no, I'm not going to sit here and give you every single little thing the program does. Absolutely not. I don't have time for that. Well, maybe I do. But anyways, you need to come use it, or you need to have a conversation with me, or better, both, preferably both, because I can explain it all day with real, oh, that moment happens when someone sees how it fits into the actual life or business. That's when it clicks. Because ADAS is not here just another dashboard. I promise it's not. No. We have enough dashboards. We have enough dashboards for dashboards at this point. And ADAS is about reducing the chaos. And it's about helping people stop juggling 10 different tools, 20 different logins, 3 different panic points, and a partridge in a pear tree. It is about asking what actually needs to be protected, what actually needs to be watched, what actually needs to be organized, what actually needs attention, what can be simplified, and where are the open doors that people don't even realize are opened. That is the part I care about, because most people are not careless. You are overwhelmed. There's a big difference. Most business owners are not sitting around saying, you know what I would love today? An extra data exposure issue. Like, really? No, that doesn't happen. They are like trying to answer emails, send invoices, manage clients, pay bills, remember passwords, post online, handle vendors, keep up with taxes, book appointments, manage teams, and maybe sleep. Sleep would be great, maybe. And somewhere in all of that, they're supposed to magically become a cybersecurity expert. No, that's ridiculous. Don't do that. So I built something to help, not to shame people, not to scare people, not to make people feel behind, but to help. Let me breathe. I know, I'm having so much fun. Now, the funny thing is, some people have hobbies. They have a garden, they paint, they bake bread, they do yoga. Apparently, I build cybersecurity platforms. That's my hobby now. Somebody says, "What do you do for fun?" And they're like, "Well, I debugged the back end issue, fixed the broken routes, yelled at the TypeScript, and think about how business owners are exposed through a fragmented system." Yes, it's very relaxing, very spa-like. Someone please put that on a candle. Note of coffee, panic, and production deployment. Yay! But I really do love it. I love solving problems. I love taking something chaotic and making it make sense. I love building something that can actually help people. And funny story, because this is Facebook Live and social media, I know my COO is probably going to see this and she'll kill me later. I love you, sis. I do, but this is perfectly true. Around 2020, yes, I know it, the year the world collectively said, absolutely not. I was working with my COO over the internet, and we're sitting there watching her work via Zoom, and she had like Chrome browsers open, not 3 tabs, 3 browsers. And there were 2 different browsers, mystery browser, I don't know what they were open. And honestly, I don't think she knew what they were either, or if she even remembers this. But each browser had what looked like 200 tabs open. And I'm not even exaggerating. At that point, you don't even see the page names anymore. You just see the tiny little icons across the top, like some type of digital hieroglyphic or something. And then because apparently the tabs were not enough, we had like 60 versions of the same spreadsheet, but not the same spreadsheet. Oh no, that would have been so easy. We had like the real one, the new real one, the updated real one, the actual one we actually used, maybe the final, revised final. I don't even know what they were, but all of them were incorrect. We cannot find the correct one to Sybase at all because, okay, you have to update one spreadsheet, then update another, and then remember which one was actually the current one. Then something would glitch, then one would version become missing 3 columns, and suddenly we're emotionally attached to the spreadsheet. They've simply like copy of master finals. So, like, seriously, do we even remember this? This was a crazy year. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, why? Why do we need 3 browsers, 2 mystery browsers, 200 tabs, and 60 spreadsheets to run one business process? Isn't there an app that can simplify this? Because obviously there's supposed to be. But the question stuck with me, not because my COO was doing anything wrong. She absolutely was not. She was doing what so many business owners and operators do every single day. She was making it work with tools we had. That's what most people are doing. We are not disorganized because they are like careless. No, we are overwhelmed because the systems are fragmented. Everything lives with a different app, every different tab, a different logon, a different spreadsheet, a different portal, a different final file. And then when something goes wrong, nobody knows what the truth actually is. Is it in the email? Is it in the bank? Is it in the vendor portal? Do we actually have a vendor portal? Is it in the invoice? Is there an employee logged in somewhere that we don't know? Is it in a phone? Is it in a social account? Is it on a website? Is it in the CRM? Do we have a CRM? Or is it built and buried in some cloud folder somewhere we don't even remember? Or is it hidden in tab number 173 next to a recipe, a payroll logon, and something we opened 3 weeks ago and no one ever closed? By the time someone figures out where the problem started, we're already exhausted. I'm exhausted telling you about this. And that's the point of where ADIS came from. It came from watching real people try to run real businesses in a digital world that has become too scattered. Too many disconnected tools, too many apps, too many accounts, too many doors, too many places where something breaks, gets missed, gets duplicated, or become a quiet risk. ADIS is my answer to that. One calmer place, one smarter layer, one system designed to help people protect and run things with less chaos. And honestly, I love my COO because she is one of the reasons this program exists. She showed me the problem in real life. I just have to find a hobby that allowed me to build the answer. And again, I'm not giving away the whole secret recipe here because I'm still a good businesswoman, aren't I? I think. We are not handing out the whole cookbooks on Facebook Live. You get a sample, sorry. You get the smell from the kitchen, then you can come talk to me. Now, speaking of coming and talking to me, let's talk about San Diego. Because apparently, when I moved to Reno, San Diego still has a little invisible leash on me. If you have been around San Diego at all in the last year or two, you probably see me somewhere at an event, at a network thing, standing near James Hickey, trying to figure out what exactly he volunteered me for because James keeps me so busy. I was not planning to come back until November. Seriously. Then that was my plan. I had a great plan. Okay. It was a reasonable plan. Then James told me, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Time is fake at this point, I think. But hey, August, I want you there. And of course, I said, okay, James, of course, I'll be there. I love you. I have no idea what I'm doing, but okay, sure. And just to be clear, I do know what I'm doing, mostly. But I also reserve the right to be dramatic about it. So, yes, I'll be back in San Diego in August for the wonderful expo that SD Networking Events is hosting. And yeah, oh, by the way, my company is one of the sponsors. I just speak, I think. It's okay. I say my company is sponsoring, but emotionally, I'm still like, look, at us being fancy, we have a sponsor logo and we're adults now. Yay! Which is hilarious because half the time I'm still sitting at my computer in a caffeine fueled chaos trying to make sure that everything works. But I'm so humbled and excited. SD Networking Events has been such a big part of this journey. The people, the connections, the conversations, the opportunity, all matters. And I think that's why I keep getting pulled back because, yes, I moved to Reno. Yes, I'm building online. Yes, I'm expanding. But San Diego has been one part of this chapter. And James, even though we are not making fun of him today, has been one of those people who keeps saying, nope, you're not hiding. Get back here. And sometimes you need those kind of people. The ones who see you're building something and won't let you disappear forever, even when disappearing is very tempting. I know. So, yes, August SD Networking Events Expo. It is sponsored. I'll be there. Come say hi. Come ask me what the computer program actually does. Come ask me about the books. Come ask me about the music. Come ask me why I thought doing all this at the same time was a great idea. I may not have a good answer, but I will have coffee and enthusiasm. Yay! Now, let's talk about the music for a minute because, yes, in addition to computer programming books and live events, I'm also releasing music if you've been paying attention. Because, again, apparently one lane was not enough. I have to have a whole freeway. The first 3 albums were really me releasing the past. That was the emotion part. That was me taking old pain, old stories, old versions of myself, old chapters, and letting them go in a creative way. Not because I don't want to stay there, because no one wants to stay there, but because sometimes you have to release the thing before it stops following you. And my good friend, Mr. Smooth, this is credit here because he really encouraged me to do this. He basically said, you have a story to tell. Put it out there. He was right. Thank you. I have been through things. I have carried things. I have survived things. And there comes a moment when you realize I'm not telling the story because I'm broken. I'm telling it because I made it through. That changes everything. So the first 3 albums were me releasing the past. But everything after that, that is me being me. That's me having fun. That's me being creative. That's me letting the world hear a different side of who I am. And now, this part is where everyone needs to be kind because I have an album coming out. I don't know the release date yet. But all the songs were wrote from when I was 16, 17, 18. Yes, teenage Melissa. Don't judge me. Or at least judge gently, because you are about to get a little tour through my teenage brain. And let me tell you, the teenage brains are wild. Teenage me had feelings. Teenage me had drama. Teenage me probably thought every emotion was permanent. Teenage me was writing like the world was ending because someone that not talk to me back, or because my life was complicated, or because a lot of things were going on and no one had any idea what to do with it all. I have no idea. So now, year later, I get to release some of that. And it's fun. It's sweet. It's chaotic. It's honest. And a little bit, oh, honey, you are really going through it, weren't you? But in a good way, I promise. And I think that's part of the joy, because when you look back at who we were, we can either cringe forever or say, wow, she was trying, she was feeling, she was becoming. And that's how I look at it. Teenage me was becoming. Current me is just brave enough to let her sing. And for teenage Melissa, the quiet one, the shy one, the one that got nervous just saying hi. Yeah, she left the building a long time ago, if you haven't noticed. And she's not scheduled to return. I don't know exactly how this version of me came to be. Well, yeah, I kind of do. It was a lot of growth, a lot of pain, a lot of learning how to stand back up, a lot of deciding that being quiet was not going to protect me anymore. And maybe a little bit of titanium, just a little, in my head. It's okay. But it's all worth it, because teenage me could barely speak up for herself. And current me is on Facebook Live, talking to a computer, building a cybersecurity company, releasing music, writing books, getting ready to speak internationally, and somehow still letting James Hickey pull me back to San Diego. Does any of this make sense? So if teenage me could see this version of me, she'd probably be very confused. Maybe a slightly concerned. Maybe she would whisper, are you allowed to be less loud? And I could tell, yes, we are. We earned it. Because this version of me did not happen by accident. She was built piece by piece, scar by scar, choice by choice, song by song. And now she has things to say. So when those songs come out, have fun with them, laugh with me, feel with me. Do not send me a 10-page critique of my 16-year-old emotional processing. We're not doing that. Okay, we're just not. We are celebrating. We are celebrating a girl who was trying. We are celebrating a woman who kept going. And we're celebrating the fact that sometimes the quiet girl does not stay quiet forever. Sometimes she grows up, gets a microphone, builds a company, writes some books, releases the songs, and says, surprise, I'm still here. Now, here is what is funny about this season of my life. I never realized that I could contain multitudes. Unfortunately, all of them have deadlines. There is business owner Melissa, the developer Melissa, there is author Melissa, there's music Melissa, there is speaker Melissa, there is James asked me to show up somewhere, so now I'm preparedly going Melissa. There is I should have probably sleep Melissa. And no, we're not fixing one more thing. First, Melissa, And then there is why did I open another project with Melissa? And all of them have a group chat in my brain, and nobody has a muted notification ever. That is why this season feels like. But I also think it is beautiful because for a long time, people try to make you pick one thing. Be one thing, stay in that one lane, have one label. And I tried all that. I really did. I've tried multiple times to do that, but I'm not one thing. I'm a builder. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. I'm a creator. I'm a developer. I'm a storyteller. I'm a business owner and someone who survived things that decided to turn that survival into system song stories and something usable. This is not messy. This is integrated. That is a word I'm using so it sounds fancy. Integrated. Not chaotic, integrated. Write it down. It's okay. Now, let's talk about the book series because, yes, in the middle of everything else, I'm also working on a trilogy because apparently looking at my schedule and thought, you know what this needs? It needs 3 books. Very normal, very sane, very chill. The series is called The Invisible War. I can talk today, I promise. I love the title because it captures something I think so many people feel but don't always have words for. There's a war happening that most people do not see clearly. Not like the war in movies, not dramatic music explosions or someone running in slow motion. I mean the invisible pressures people are living with every day. The pressure of being online all the time, the pressure of keeping up with technology, the pressure of scams getting smarter, the pressure of running a business in a world that changes every 5 minutes, the pressure of not knowing who or what to trust anymore. That is the invisible war. And the trilogy looks like the 3 sides of it. The first book, The Invisible War, Cybersecurity in the Age of Exposure. That book is about protection. It asks, how do you protect ourselves in a connected world? Because cybersecurity is not an IT issue anymore. Quit calling it that. It is a personal issue. It is a business issue. It is a financial issue. It is your reputation. It is a family issue. It is a trust issue. People think cybersecurity means someone in a hoodie breaking into your computer, but real life is much more ordinary than that. It's a fake invoice that looks real. It is a reused password. It's the old email recovery method. It is a vendor portal nobody checked. It is a phone that is taken over. It is social media messages that seem harmless. It is an employee who clicked something because they were busy, tired, and human. Let's go with human. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it looks tiny, like a tiny little mouse door. And the first book is about learning to see those doors, not with fear, but with awareness. Because awareness gives you control. Now, the second book of the Invisible War is about building businesses in the AI era. That one is about adaptation because AI is not coming. Guys, it's already here. It's about changing businesses. It is already changing how people work, market right, serve customers, organize tasks, make decisions, analyze data, and compete. I want business owners to understand AI without feeling like they are being replaced by it because that is a fear, right? People hear AI and think, great, so now robots are taking over. Not yet. No, that is not the message. The message is learn the tool, use the tool, respect the tool, verify the tool. Do not worship the tool. Do not hand your brain over to the tool. AI should make you sharper, not lazier. It should help you move faster, not make you careless. It should support your judgment, not replace your judgment. That is book 2. And then you have book 3 in the series, The Scam Economy and the Collapse of the Trust. This is the one about trust. And honestly, this might hit the hardest because scams are not random anymore. Fraud has become an actual economy. Fake identities, fake businesses, fake opportunities, fake relationships, fake investments, fake charities, fake authority, fake reviews, fake profiles, and now we have AI. They can look polished, they can sound personal, it can feel believable. So, what do we do? Do we trust no one? Do we become paranoid? No, let's not do that. We did that in 2020. Do we assume everything is fake? No, that's not living, people. That the answer is not paranormal. The answer is verification. The future belongs to people and businesses that can verify without losing their humanity. That is the heartbeat of the whole trilogy. Protection, adaptation, trust. Book 1, how do we protect yourself? Book 2, how do we build in this new era? Book 3, how do we preserve trust when almost anything can be faked? The answer comes across the same in all 3, not by fear, but by awareness, discipline, verification, better systems. That is the heart of ADAS. Oh, look. So the books and the program are not separate, they are connected. The books explain the world I am seeing. ADAS is a part of the answer I am building. So sometimes I joke that this is what happens when I'm left alone with coffee and a laptop. A normal people might write a journal entry. I write a trilogy and build software. Someone should probably supervise me. Actually, I'm supposed to have a supervisor, but they do a horrible job doing it. But honestly, I think this is how I process the world. Some people look at a problem and say, oh, that's scary. I look at the problem and go, we can build something from that. It's cool. Some people look at chaos and think, that's just too much. I look at the chaos and go, okay, let's name the pieces and get to work. That's just my brain working. Yes, it is exhausting, but it's also useful. Because the world is changing fast, and I do not think people need more noise. You need clarity. You need someone saying, here is what is happening, why it matters, and what you can do next. That is what I want to do in books, in music, in ADAS, at events, in conversations. Even here talking to my computer like it's my co-host. One thing I want to say, and I want to say this very carefully, that this season is not about holding on to the past. It may look like it from an outsider because I'm releasing old songs, telling parts of my story, writing about things that hurt people, and talking about the world in a very honest way. But I'm not stuck. I'm not sitting in the past. I'm releasing it. There is a difference. For a long time, I think I carried things because I did not know where to put them. Music gave me one place. Writing gave me another. Building gave me something else. Speaking gave me another place. And now I'm not carrying it in the same way. I'm turning it into something. Not everything has to stay a wound. Sometimes it becomes a warning. Sometimes it becomes art. Sometimes it becomes a book or a business or a system that helps someone else avoid the same pain. And now apparently sometimes it becomes an international speaking career, which sounds slightly ridiculous when I say it out loud. Like, who actually approved this? Who looked at me and said, yes, give this woman a microphone internationally? Actually, I know who. My wonderful, wonderful agent, Dan from Terrific Speakers. If he sees this, hi, Dan. I'm being professional, maybe, mostly. He's helping me build out the speaking side of this. So I'm grateful because speaking is one of those things that make it all the pieces connect. The books, the music, the business, the technology, the survival, the humor, the chaos. Please don't make me explain cybersecurity in a boring way. Energy, all of it blinks on the stage. And I know some of you may have seen the post or an image about speaking agency and thought, wait, Melissa's do what now? How? Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that too, apparently. Because why have one career path when I can have 7 and make your calendar cry? Because honestly speaking makes sense to me. I've always had a story, I've always had things to say, and I've always wanted to take a complicated, painful, or overwhelming things and make them understandable. I get to do that in a big way. Not just as founder, not just as a developer, not just as an author, not as someone releasing music, but someone who can stand in front of people and say, you can survive things, you can rebuild things, you can learn the new world. You can protect yourself, you can build something stronger. You can turn the thing that almost broke you into something that helps someone else, because that's the part that matters to me. I'm not here to perform pain, I'm here to transform it. That is why the season feels different. It is not, look what happened to me. No, it is, look what I built anyway. And I hope someone hears that and takes it personally in the best way possible. Whenever you've been through it, it does not have to be the end of your story. It might become the material. It may become the proof. It might become the reason you write the book, release the song, build the company, take the stage, or finally become the version of yourself the old you needed to see. So yes, thank you, Dan. Thank you, terrific speakers. Thank you to everyone helping me take this step into the rooms you should only imagine. And thank you to teenage me, the past me, the broken me, the stubborn me, the current me, because apparently all of us had to show up for the season to happen. So back to ADIS just for a second. Because yes, I'm going to keep bringing it back. I built ADIS because I believe normal people, business owners, deserve better protection without needing to become experts in everything. And again, I'm not going to give away the future. You are not getting the full magic trick from me on Facebook Live. I will say this, ADIS is designed for people who are tired of fragmentation, tired of feeling like you need 5 different subscriptions, 6 dashboards, 8 passwords, and spreadsheets just to feel like you know what's going on. It's for people who want clarity. It's for homes. It's for small businesses. It's for people building something. It's for people who know the world is changing and don't want to be unprepared. And no, you don't have to understand all the technical pieces. That's the point. And honestly, please don't come up to me and feel like you have to talk tech. Please, I'm begging you. I taught myself TypeScript, C++, Python, several other languages. Yes, computers are basically their own universe of languages. And for some reason, it looked like I said, sure, I can learn all of those. Apparently, I could talk to computers now. It's perfectly fine. They have semicolon, brackets, errors, dependencies, and emotional damage, but we understand each other. It's okay. But talking to people, still working on that. So if you come up to me and ask about ADIS, you don't have to say, can you explain the back-end architecture and the endpoint logic? No, please don't. I might start blinking like a printer that has ran out of ink. Just say, Melissa, I have too many apps, or my business feels messy, or I don't know what I should be protecting. I can work with that. Because ADIS is not about making you sound technical. It's about making your life easier. You do not need to know the engine to know how the car works. You just need to know the car helps get you somewhere. You just need to know it was built correctly. And if you want to know more, talk to me. Message me. Come see me at SD Networking events in August and November. Ask questions. Have a conversation, because the best way for me to explain ADIS is not throwing a giant feature list at you is to ask, what are you running? What are you protecting? What feels chaotic right now? Then we can talk. So, for anyone watching now or later, I want you to think about this. What is one part of your digital life or business that feels messy? Is it the passwords, emails, social media, client files, invoices, your phones? What is it really? Look at that. My computer's just froze on me. So I don't know if I'm still live or not. Okay. Little glitch today. So, anyways, is your kids' devices, your business tools? That's one thing you keep saying. I need organize that. Then there is 3 months go by and you're still sitting there glaring at you. That is the thing. That is probably a door. Not necessarily a dangerous one today, but a door. The goal is not panic. The goal is awareness because you can see it, you can deal with it. That is a shift. So, yes, I disappeared for a little while, but I was not gone. I was building, I was writing, I was releasing, I was healing, I was moving, I was learning, I was coding, I was making things that actually mattered to me. And I am stepping back out with a live cybersecurity program, music, a book trilogy, speaking path, and apparently a return to San Diego in August because James Hickey says so. Again, very normal, very relaxing, no signs of overachieving anywhere, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm proud. A little nervous, obviously, because every time you build something that's real and you put it into the world, there's a little voice that says, no one cares. And then there's a strong voice saying, girl, do it anyways. So I'm doing that anyways. Even if this live is just me and the computer. Even if 5 people watch, even if someone watches this later while folding laundry, that counts. Because sometimes the beginning is not loud. Sometimes it's one person saying, okay, I'm ready to show up again. And that's what this is. I'm showing up again. Because apparently I did not already have enough going on. Let me add one more thing. Don't forget to listen to Dragon Radio. Yes, I know. One more thing, right? Because why stop for cybersecurity company, music, books, speaking events, and moving states? That would be too reasonable. But Devon Dragon Radio is something I'm really excited to bring back again. I finally have the ability to sit down for like 5 minutes or 30. If we're being honest, it's really 30. Talk to entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, creators, and people who are building really interesting things. And I love those conversations. I love hearing what people are creating. I love hearing what they're doing, what they're learning, what made them start. I love finding the story behind the business, the book, the brand, the event, the idea, because there's always a story. We may have to bring James Hickey on to talk about SD networking events. We may have to bring James on just so I can ask him publicly why he keeps bringing me back to San Diego. Because apparently I moved to Reno and San Diego said, that's adorable. Anyway, see you in August. And honestly, if James and I are on Dove and Dragon Radio together, there will be some banter. There is no universe where the 2 of us can sit there quietly and behave for 30 straight minutes. It's not realistic. So when I post that he's coming on, send your questions, ask about SD network and events, ask about the expos, ask why he keeps putting me in rooms and saying you should be here. Ask whatever you want within reason, because you are still pretending to be professional. Professional? Yeah. And since Devon Dragon Radio is live, you can also join the conversation where we're on. Bring your questions, bring your suggestions, bring your curiosity, because if there's even a smallest chance for us to banter, we'll absolutely take it. This is not a warning. That is a promise. Then again, we may have to bring my other friend from San Diego. His name is Manny. We may not fully talk about Manny yet, but it's okay. We are putting this into the universe very carefully. Manny is doing wonderful things with an upcoming anthology. I cannot give you too many details because I am behaving. Look at me. I have boundaries. I have growth. I may be in it. I might not. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. But Manny is another one of those San Diego connections that keeps pulling me back to San Diego world, which is hilarious because I moved to Reno because I had so much going on here. And somehow I also have so much going on there. It's crazy. But no, I'm not moving to San Diego. I promise. I love Reno. Reno is home. San Diego is just apparently one of those places that refuses to let me completely disappear. And honestly, I love that too. So, what I want from you, follow along, watch what is coming, listen to the music, laugh kindly at Teenage Melissa, read the books when they come out, ask me about ADIS, come see me in August in San Diego Network Events Expo, listen to Dub and Dragon Radio, support the event, support the people building things, support the weird, brave people who disappear for a while and come back with a computer program, albums, books, a radio show, and suspicious amount of confidence. It's okay. And if you know someone who owns a business, runs a team, works on line, manages clients, handles sensitive information, has too many tools, is curious about AI, is worried about scams, or keeps saying, I should probably get my cybersecurity together, send them my way. Not because I want to scare them, because I want to help them breathe. That is the whole point. Protection should feel calming. Clarity should feel empowering. Technology should support your life, not take it over your entire nervous system. And that is why I built what I'm building, why I write what I'm writing. That is why I'm talking about it. That is why I am back. So thank you for listening to me talk to my computer. Thank you for cheering me on. Thank you for being a part of this wild, wonderful, slightly chaotic chapter. I moved to Reno, launched ADIS, released music, writing The Invisible War, bringing back Dub and Dragon Radio, sponsoring SD networking events, coming back to San Diego in August. And I'm just getting started. So surprise. Yes, I'm back. And at this time, I brought the whole toolbox with me. Oh,